Whenever we make our automotive videos, we try to present a problem and then at least one solution to that problem. So when it came to replacing a license plate frame, we thought, easy peasy. How can anything go wrong? Boy, what an epic fail it was. Next. So here we are with our late model car that needs a license plate frame. It's broken. We see that it is possibly a 10 millimeter bolt. Sometimes it's a screw-on or a Phillips screw, but we're getting a 10 millimeter socket and it works. I'm using a hand driver, because it should be easy to take off. So we unscrew it, and then by hand we take off the rest. This bolt seems to be unnecessarily long for what its intended purpose. Now we go over to the other side, apply the driver, and get that one off. Now we remove the old frame from the license plate, get the new frame, place it over the license plate, then we align the bolt with the frame, the plate, and in this case there's some backing. We're in Southern California, so it's not much of an issue. It actually protects the finish on the car. If you're in a state where there's a lot of humidity, it could cause condensation and maybe some rust issues for you, so just beware. So now we, again, gonna put the driver onto the bolt and drive it in. And now we go to do the second bolt, which will in essence almost complete our entire project here. I'm noticing that this bolt really isn't going in, so maybe it's just an alignment issue. Sometimes for it to catch. Bolt still doesn't want to go in, so now we're trying maybe slightly different angles. Maybe the threads aren't very good on here. Okay, so now I've gotten a socket set with an extender on it, and I'm backing off the bolt to see if I can feel the threads catching, and then I'm going to go forward. Again, it seems to bind, so I'm now suspecting that the threads are cross-threaded on this. So we'll try a few more times to see if we can get it to catch. And even if I try slightly different angles, nothing here seems to be catching. So I'm going to take the bolt out. And yeah, the end there is kind of shiny, so I think it is cross-threaded. I'm going to apply some penetrating lubricant. And I'm going to get the bolt to at least catch at the beginning. And the idea here is to force it through. Now this isn't always the best technique, but for this purpose, since it only has to hold a license plate, this should work. So as you see, it's taking a bit of force to drive this bolt in. Now with newer cars, it's going to be plastic, so your chances of cross-threading are very minimal. But in this older model, it's metal on metal, and for some reason it got cross-threaded. Hard to imagine that that's possible, since license plates usually stay with the car for the life of the vehicle. Once it's driven all the way in, we undo it, and then we remove it by hand. And here we are again, with the bolt going through the frame, the plate, the liner, and it's actually catching by hand now. So I'm just going to drive it in a little bit. And then I'm going to do the other side. And you'll notice that once I get this bolt into the plate, that I should be able to hand tighten this fairly easy. Yeah, here you go. See how easy it's going on? That should always be the case. And now we're just going to tighten it with the socket until it's firm. Don't over torque this, or you might end up stripping the bolt or the thread. Come back to our bad side, and we're just going to drive that home again until it's firm. And that's it. You're done with what should have been an easy peasy replacement of a licensed frame. So in order to accomplish all this, what we did was we started out with a hand driver with a 10mm socket. Eventually had to go over to a socket set with an extender to really force it in because we were cross-threaded. And we also had some penetrating oil, which we used. There it is. And if you liked our video, give us a thumbs up, give us a comment, and as always, thank you for watching.